Hey everyone, and welcome to Toxic Grind. This is another 2002 BMX game by THQ, so you know it's going to have some of that TH quality, and also it's a little different from many of the other extreme sports games where you just ride around a level doing goals, because this game goes hardcore.
Really hardcore.
As you may see.
I've seen 30 seconds of it, and it was amazing.
It has a plot, it has an amazing plot, and we're just gonna see the levels of, well, the places that this game goes. But first off, you might not exactly know where to go, because there's no real single player. It's underground, arcade mode, pro circuit, could be either of those, but campaign mode is underground, and so we're going to start that. Here we go.
I'd been coming here a long time, most days just to ride. But that day was different. It would take a lot of skill to carry that trophy home from the VMAX games. But first, it was time for a little practice.
So our main character is 18-year-old Jason Hayes, a dude who just rolls around having a good time, you know?
Seems like it. I like this game's focus on hexagons.
Yeah.
Like all over the place.
So this is a Xbox only game, so the widescreen actually works. So you're gonna see those hexagons, they look like hexagons.
Sweet.
And so we're gonna start out, we've got 20 minutes until our mom makes us come home. So this is the level. I said skip the tutorial, but this level's all about teaching you the ins and the outs. So you've got to grind, you gotta stall, you gotta do tricks, you got a manual, etc., etc.
So it's your standard sort of gameplay here.
Yeah, the gameplay is really standard, just like everything else. You've got like tricks you can hold, and then you've got backflips and front flips. You've got manuals, you've got grinds. You can hopefully do all of those and, you know, make combos and get a lot of points. It's not really super easy to keep everything together. The game is kind of clunky, and obviously you're probably going, what's Toxic Grind? I've never heard of that before, because, yeah, the game is kind of clunky, kind of just alright. Mechanics don't work as well as they could.
Yeah, it looks a little... I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell just by looking at it. At least the graphics look colorful. I'll give it that much. It has color. At least here.
Right. That it does have a pretty good color palette. And you're going to see that later on when we start going to raves and such. Yeah, that's going to be pretty sick.
Sweet.
And so those circles that are floating in the air either have a bike or a rider on them. Hang on, I never actually noticed, but yep, that's the Vincent Van Gogh. That is the Van Gogh.
I was about to say that is a man in motion right there.
Yeah, that is a man in motion, just like us. We are a man in motion.
Whoa,
but
camera.
What those do, you collect one of those, and it'll give you a stat point that you can use. Because this game has stats.
Are they effective at all? Do you know?
I feel like some of them are effective, but we'll see that at the end of this level. There are a lot of stats to pick from, and there are some that are obviously more important than the others.
There's always that landing stat that no one cares about.
There actually is a landing stat in this game.
I never understood that.
Yeah. Because, again, if I fail something, it's probably because I'm upside down and falling over. So if you really want to see your objectives, your bonuses found, your transfers found, and all that stuff, then go ahead. But when you finish the level, then yes, you can upgrade your stats. And come on, setting. Click it. So yeah, you've got 9 stats to choose from, and honestly, the first 4 are the most important. Speed, hop height, vert air, and grind balance. I mean,
wait, there's
grinding,
there's a wall ride stat.
Yeah. Oh, and also, your bike has stats as well, but these are the most, like, confusing stats I can think of, and I'll talk about that more at the end of the video. but I don't really understand what weight, stability, or torque would do at all. But here is where the plot gets real.
And now, for another dose of bone-crunching BMX action with America's most extreme reality game show, Toxic Race!
Croker!
Yes, Mr. Von Blas.
These pathetic riders are becoming tiresome. We had to cut to a rerun. A rerun!
Perhaps that BMX was made legal again.
You know as well as I do, you tin can, those sports were outlawed for a reason. And of course I now benefit from it. But ratings are down. We need fresh blood. Riders who will at least make it to first commercial break. Where do we stand with the Underground?
The Underground is shrinking, sir. Most have been terminated on the show, and those remaining have become very adept at evading our raids. We are having difficulty finding contestants.
So I've seen. Perhaps it's time for more extreme measures.
Sir,
I hear Penobscot at the BSI network is continuing R&D on his time-shifting tech, despite losing his permits.
sir, that technology is very unstable. Most test subjects are liquefied into biosludge.
So they've had to mop up some worthless convicts. Who cares? If it works, I want it.
Yes, Mr. Von Blas.
If we turn a few unfortunates into goo, so be it.
An amazing run! Let's hear it for BK Michaels, a new BMAX record!
Great. I have to follow that?
Next up, Jason Hayes!
That animation sucks. I'm not even gonna joke about it. It just sucked.
Yeah, the comic book panels are kind of cool, but sometimes when they, like, start warping around and shifting, that's a little weird.
Yeah.
So, in 2002, our boy Jason Hayes needs to ride his best for a gold medal, but little does he know that in the far future, the BMX is illegal, and any riders caught doing it are put on a game show where they need to ride or die.
That's a really stupid idea.
Really, I think you mean amazing idea.
Amazingly stupid, I think.
Oh man, come on. But, you know, we can worry about that later.
I think if I was in the future and that it was actually around, I would think it was pretty cool.
Alright. And you might have thought that the bad guy, Mr. Von Blas, sounds familiar. At first I thought he was the announcer, or not the announcer, but like the agency guy from Crackdown. But apparently he's not, and I've got the manual for the game here, and I'm pretty sure that was John St. John, like Duke Nukem.
Yeah, I have to say, he did sound familiar. Yeah.
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 Because, in the, 5-person voice acting list for this game, there is John St. John, and then I'm pretty sure Jason Hayes is Ryan Drummond, who was Sonic the Hedgehog in Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, and a bunch of other stuff. Like, they actually got some sort of known voice actors for this. I'm not saying they did a good job. I can't understand a single word Jason says, but... Alright, so here in this level, it was just...
It was a very vertical
do a bunch
rail.
of... Yeah, that's kind of weird.
It's like a pole, actually.
Yeah,
It's not a rail, it's a pole.
I mean, sure, everything is kind of stylized. This is more over the top than an actual BMX course would be, but I don't really understand that rail. So, this is just a level where you gotta do a lot of tricks, gotta pull a lot of stuff together.
Sounds fun.
I'd say kind of the main, I mean, yes, the game is very kind of average, and it does have some problems. Like, it's that type of game where you go up a ramp, and you're really not sure how much air you're going to get. Like, I swear, I'm going at a ramp, I'm going really fast, I jump, and I go like 5 feet up.
Yeah, I know that feeling. Did you see that? Did you see some of those names?
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah, oh, and did you like how that one guy got a new BMX record?
Yeah, I know, right?
Right.
Like the BMX record.
Yeah, just the BMX record. Alright, so bike stats. This kind of just bugs me, but I feel like weight, stability, and torque, just none of them, I really understand what they could do.
Yeah, I mean, like, wait, when you upgrade it, are you becoming heavier or lighter?
Yeah, I feel like you wouldn't want your bike to be heavier, but I am just putting one in the weight stat. Maybe stability is like improving your landing some, but what the hell does torque do?
Well, I mean, torque on like a car, is the actual like strength or a drill or whatever. So maybe it just lets you get up hills faster or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but I guess I don't really know what those are, and I don't really feel like improving my bike does much, so I just hold on to those stats. But yeah, that is Toxic Grind. We've seen a bit of we've seen Jason in the present, we've seen a bit of the future, but the plot really begins next time, so join me then on another episode of Toxic Grind.
Ba-da-ba-bum-bum-bum.